Hello and welcome. I am the Last Hit Point Hero, and you have found your way to Neon Lights Roleplay. We are so very glad you're here and hope you enjoy your stay. Before we do anything else tonight, Neon Lights wants to take a moment every session this month to shout out some of the amazing Black creators that we know who are pumping out fantastic content and really deserve some attention and some highlighting, and that's exactly what we are doing. So tonight, our recommendation is that you check out and toss a follow over to Arc Dragon Breath. There are many reasons between just chatting sessions building a Phantasy Star TTRPG to general game planning, anime, and video game enthusiasm. But I will admit that what caught my eye was a very JRPG Super NES era overlay, which that just plucked all the right heartstrings for me. The Master Sword in the backdrop, I don't think I've got one of those. Oh, it won't show up. I can't bend my arm that much. And also he is streaming tomorrow the Metroid Prime Remastered, which is a favorite of mine as well. So go check him out at 3 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow over at twitch.tv/ArcDragonBreath. That's spelled ARCDRAGNBRETH, and there'll be a link somewhere nearby. Additionally, this week, Neon Lights Roleplay is supporting the NAACP Legal Defense and Education Fund. As of an hour ago, we're only $60 away from hitting our goal this week. So if you have the means and a few extra dollars to help support Black youth, then please do pass that along as we work toward our goal for this week. But for tonight, we return to our playthrough of the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure module, Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. A shattered tower does not a hidden city make. First and foremost, no attempts to make the story child appropriate have occurred. This is a tale of cold isolation, alien incursion, and self-centered divinities. This actual play stream contains adult language, descriptions of violence and light gore, scary images. There will be some, let's say, unusual animals. Yeah, we'll go with that. If you have any problem with animal hybrids, then this may be a bit unsettling at times.
Full Metal Alchemist flashbacks.
You know, not that severe, but we'll see. We'll see. But generally speaking, there will also be a great deal of cold. Our players are here to warm the night. Safety tools are in place for the players. You as a viewer do not have such a luxury, so if at any time you get uncomfortable and need to step away, feel free to do so. We will be here for the next couple of hours. You can just duck back in when it gets to something more comfortable. Join us on Discord, follow us on social media, all these wonderful rules, but the one at the top is be good. That's the rule. Be good. As for our players, we're going to get right along, have them say hello, introduce themselves and their character, and the question of the night is, do you see your character as an optimist, pessimist, realist, or some other ist? That is something to keep in mind. I will delay an appropriate amount for everyone to consider their answer, and having done so, move on to our introductions. Now, tonight's introductions are pulled from Words of Wisdom for School Children by Menipus of Gadara. So hopefully these words of wisdom will be helpful to you and our players, as each has been hand-selected for our wonderful, wonderful actors. Beginning directly beneath me. As the ancients say, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. But honestly, what can you buy with two birds that one bird wouldn't get you? Plus, is it really worth the trouble trying to hold on to two birds at the same time anyway? It's heck.
Yes. Yes, it is. Anyway, hey everybody, it's me, Sir Heckalite. You know, tonight, as per usual, I am playing Astoria, the ASMR lore bard, and I would say she's a little bit more on the optimistic side. I mean, it was absolutely devastating to have to go through the trials that we did as a party, and then only to see that, like, horrible things had happened to everybody that we met. But she still has this feeling that at the end of the day, the daylight is going to come back, whether that Frostmaiden wants to believe that or not. So I think that's definitely her perspective on all of it. And then one more thing for the creator shoutouts that I wanted to add for Ark. Word on the street.
Yes.
This is a little bit of insider info. Okay, a little bit of insider info. But word on the street is he's going to be GMing a campaign here pretty soon, and the casting call is going to come up for that really soon. And it might be a little bit of Fate Core and a campaign called the Chimeriad, but who's to say? Maybe not me, probably me. But anyway,
Who would have so many details on hand?
Yeah,
and ready?
that
is...
that's word on the street. Maybe just watch our Twitter and see what might be coming out. But anyway, let's keep on keeping on.
Continuing down and around. According to the wise ones, shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you'll drift in the cold, endless void of space, eternally moving further and further from all you have ever known, until caught in a gravity well sufficient size to burn you upon re-entry. Sal.
That's not how the quote goes. But I kind of like it. Hi, my name's Al Lukert. I'm a sci-fi fantasy artist and tabletop game aficionado. And tonight I'm playing Mirth, our Dragonborn, one of our bards, the scaliest of the bards. And I think it's pretty clear. My cat has the zoomies. It's also clear that I would say Mirth is definitely an optimist, like 100%, or he wouldn't have thought it was a good idea to come prancing up to the frozen, cursed north after a potential treasure map, right? I think he's very optimistic. I think, however, that it's hard to stay optimistic when you're in such a dreary and painful and depressing place like how Sorry, my cat really... Can you see her?
Yeah.
She's just going. I love
that. Anyway, he's doing his best. He's doing his best to keep his chin up.
Perfect. Not even the scaliest Dragonborn bard now that Mirth 2's around. So.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
I know. Mirth is no longer one of a kind.
Oh my goodness.
Double. He's half of the scaly duo.
We're about 10 minutes away from the clone going, why do I exist? What is my purpose?
I hope not.
Oh god.
Mirth villain arc. Continuing down over counterclockwise, whichever way we're going. You know what they say. Leaving a book unread because you judged its cover harshly means the tragic twist of your favorite main character's death never gets the chance to haunt you in those random, quiet moments of life. It's T.
Hey, I'm T, and I'm playing Brom the Paladin today. His pronouns are him, mine are he, they. Really excited to play today, so I would actually say, unfortunately, Brom's like a realist verging on a pessimist. Like, he's just kind of like that fine line, like he doesn't really have a lot of hope for things working out for him, especially not now. So he's just kind of here to make the best of the situation, and that's all he can really hope for.
Perfect. As for Janie will be joining us here before too long, so we will wait until she is ready to fold her into the crew. But last on the list for this evening, our returning guest and perhaps continuing guest, we're going to see written on the bathroom stall wall at a local truck stop.
Oh no.
The world is a meat grinder none of us survive. While many argue duck season or rabbit season, blue and black or white and gold,
Oh my god.
heaven on earth or hell as other people, our only real choice may be Link or Patty. It's Mike.
Oh God, Link or Patty? Oh no, I'm gonna have to think about that for a while. Anyway, hello everyone. My name's Mike Fadum. I am a host and podcaster and TTRPG streamer and community manager and sword fight choreographer, and I have too many things that I do. Tonight I am playing Ragnolf the Vagante. Ragnolf would most likely consider himself a realist. And as we all know, realists are just pessimists who want to sound better. So,
True.
Perfect. That is everyone for this evening. As for a little bit of a summary of last session, the crew have been making their way through a broken tower that fell off the ancient city that they have been seeking. Hoping to make their way into the city, they descended or ascended, depending on how you think about it, through the depths of this tower until reaching the very bottom, or is it the top, and slaying a handful of, well, angry lizards that will turn you to stone, basilisk or something. Having gotten down there, they did find an ancient Nethralese artifact, perhaps a sign of just how powerful the magics of ancient Nethril are. And upon casting a image of Mirth upon it, flipping a few switches and pushing a button, they created Mirth 2. As far as we can tell, except for the magic, duplicate of Mirth. Everything from personality, style, flair, pizzazz, but no ability to cast spells. After a conversation about the inevitability of winter's last breath crawling across the world and the inability to stop it if they're all dead, the crew decided to take a long rest. And so in the very bottom, or is it the top of this tower, they laid down for a few hours of sleep. Before we get back to them awakening in essentially the middle of the night, we cut to what happened just, probably 12 hours prior to this moment. Little 12 hours ago, at the bottom of the feed. Or at the top, we have captions now.
Ooh.
Al missa kraftinn, forum hadnuker, brasse, brasse, brasse. Surrounded by glowing green aurora, a lone craft plummets from the heavens like a shooting star. Sleptu, akapagini, sleptu, sleptu. Snow and ice shudder as the ship. Oh my god.
No, not the caption ninja. That's not what was said.
That's thank you, captions. Thank you.
No,
Let's not download that transcript.
we're not gonna download this one.
Snow and ice shudder as the ship flies far too low, getting far too close to the rolling hills in this stretch of Icewind Dale. The wet pop of a suction cup releases, dropping the cargo hold and its contents, giving the craft just enough lift to clear imminent demise, but failing to rise high enough, crashing just a mile further north. Two tentacle-faced pilots look at each other. Skítur. And we return to the Cold Hands crew themselves. All of you are beginning to rise from your 8 hours of rest, whether you slept or however you passed the time. But you find yourselves here at the top of this tower, plunging downward into the snow. Mirth 2 wakes up, an identical waking up stretch display to Mirth, and that is how you all arise. What do you do as you wake up from this long rest?
I think Mirth and Mirth too are doing each other's eyeliner. Like when people wake up, I think that they're like just quietly sitting, whispering to each other in a corner and like drawing each other's eyeliner on. And then every once in a while they giggle and look at everybody and then go back to whispering.
It's like a mirror, except you move. I guess mirrors move too, don't they? What of everyone else?
Sorry, I saw the caption.
Yeah, the clip
Lucian
popped up in the
clipped
chat,
it.
so we've all.
How dare you?
Okay, let's keep playing. No distractions.
Okay, I only caught one glimpse of what it said, so I'm just gonna check that real quick. And yeah,
It's
yeah.
almost like
Yep.
it's almost like it doesn't know how to transcribe illithid or whatever they were speaking.
I'm not sure.
Naughty word.
It just picked the
Trying.
naughtiest words it could find.
Yeah,
It
you
did.
know.
It did. That's all right. We're here for it.
Okay.
We're here for it.
All right. Sorry. Probably.
Thank you, Rabusian, by the way.
That was gorgeous. Thank you. Rob would get up off of his bed pad. He would have taken off his armor during this time. You know, because you can't really sleep in armor, at least not comfortably. And would start putting his layering back on, preparing to leave. You know, they're gonna have to climb out of here, I think. Hooray. And I think this is the bottom of the tower, right?
The bottom of the tower or the top of the tower, depending on how you look at it. Yes.
Right.
There does not appear to be any other stairways or ways further in the tower.
As Braum is getting dressed, he looks towards the only other person who's currently awake, Mirth, and says, what happens if we copy the Codicil of Light?
If we copy the Codicil of White? That's an interesting idea, says one of the Mirths, and he takes out his feral book that can eat other books and absorb its information.
Mhm.
And it snaps and snarls on its leash, if I may be so bold.
It's got it has a bookmark that comes out, and the bookmark is like trying to hook onto your finger to pull your finger closer to the side, but the latch is keeping it from opening its mouth all the way.
Which I'm going to retroactively say Mirth occasionally has been like wearing like a purse chihuahua. And he takes it out and he's like, with this? You mean, do you think we should have this try and copy the Codicil, or like manually? Because I don't think there's enough room in my journal.
I believe he meant with the magical artifact.
The other Mirth puts down the stylus. Well, I suppose we could try. Let me go ahead and open up Roll20 here and see what it says. Mirth
Sure.
doesn't say that.
Well,
Wait, is Al misunderstanding, or are we gonna really go for it?
Let's do it.
Ugh.
Copy that book.
Okay, we'll
What-
try. It might explode.
What is
So remember,
the Codicil?
the room is upside down. So the reason that Mirth 2 was able to stand on the platform is because Mirth 2 is just an illusion on the platform.
Oh, wait, no. I was having a comprehension and intelligence issue as a player. We're
Oh,
talking
sorry.
about writing down the message that was up there on the wall, like the spell kind of a thing, right?
Oh
To
no,
give
just
it-
straight up copying the Codicil. But
Oh,
we
I
should
was
also
right.
do-
Okay then.
But yeah, we
Fair
should
enough.
also copy all these messages because we need the professor to read them later.
Okay, that can be done. Let me check these notes to see what this sucker does. Sold.
So essentially, the room is covered in a lot of arcane writing and runes that essentially power this platform. This is the great device of this ancient mage who owned this tower. That's what the mirror that showed that mage's face revealed to you. The important bit is what he said. It's the basically put something here and let me turn illusion into reality.
Alright, I'm trying to find that book we got many forevers ago. Is it the Insatiable Tome? That's what it's
Yep.
called. Insatiable Tome. Okay.
Essentially, you just feed it books.
Yeah. Mirth picks up. Isn't our codicil of light, is it shaped like a book? Or, because it turns into an orb when the professor's teaching. Was that the case?
No, so the Codicil of White and the
items.
Professor Orb are two different items.
Ah.
The Codicil of White is a artifact of the Frostmaiden. It is something that contains her teachings and rituals, basically what her followers should do. The important bit is there is a poem in there that will essentially unlock the door to the city. And
Okay,
that's
cool.
something that it has the means of accessing her archives, so to speak. And so that is within the Codicil of White. The Codicil of White is, think of it as just a fancy key.
All right. We're going to make
To
a
a vault.
copy of a key. That's what we're doing. Ah,
I mean,
I
that's
see.
a good thing to do. That's pretty good practice.
all right.
Do we have any idea
Martha.
of whether this thing will? I don't know. Someone mentioned exploding earlier.
Oh. 50-50? But it could be great if it works. I think it's worth the risk. Here, look. Brom will do it. And Mirth will put in Brom's hand the chained shut, snapping tome, and he'll put in your other hand the codicil, and then kind of pat you on the back and step back a little bit and be like, whenever you're ready.
Brom kind of looks around and then like shrugs and would try and feed the codicil to the monster book.
Okay, you reach down and you slowly unbind this book, and it and starts lunging towards you. But when you have the codicil on the ground close to it, it stops, kind of vibrates over toward the codicil, opens up, and in the matter of just a few moments, the insatiable tome eats the Codicil of White.
Nice.
Now, does it poop it back out, or is it gone forever, or how? Oh, okay. Well,
The fact you
Was
were
that-
able to do that. Can we talk about that for just 1 second?
about the flawless belch that just happened. Yeah, that actually was kind of uncannily.
Yeah.
Was that a real burp? DM, did you somehow conjure an actual burp on command?
Magic.
So good.
Okay,
You're better
well,
than my last best friend. Burp the alphabet. Anyways, please continue.
That's it. There's a
So, we have
few
it.
scraps of paper, some tufts of ermine fur that were around the Codicil of White are sticking out of the edge of this this insatiable tome, and it relaxes a little bit.
it's been sated. I've
Almost-
been feeding it mostly religious pamphlets. It's getting hungry. Mirth will cautiously crack the book open now that it's having a food coma and look inside to see if what has been transcribed. Did it work? Is
Yeah,
everything in there?
You take a look, and the contents of the Codicil of White are now inscribed within the insatiable tome.
Ah, perfect. It worked. Fantastic. Now, did you have a reason for wanting to do that, Brom?
So that she can't take it back.
Brilliant.
Did she not take the insatiable tome?
She
I
wouldn't
don't think
recognize
she's gonna want this.
different
Alright.
cover. It's pretty bitey. Hasn't had any vaccinations.
I don't know. She might like that kind of thing.
Mirth is very carefully going to put its muzzle back on and then sort of hook it on his book belt that actually
It-
probably has a couple of different books on there.
It almost purrs.
It's so happy,
Oh, it
Um,
thirsts for knowledge.
and possibly also blood. So Brom is going to set to making breakfast for everyone since they have to get
Yep.
the hell out of here, and move on to the next. I almost said Elysium. Wow, no. The next part of the city that's fallen. That's not that.
Yeah, I kind of put those dots together. So we were looking. Are we looking for specifically artifacts in each location?
I think
That
we're
we're
looking
going
for
to?
this, like the gate to the city?
Let's see. No.
Essentially, Mirth's map tracks Nethrali's tech, and when you followed the ping on the map, this is what you found.
Okay. So yeah, so there isn't like an objective to like do anything here past finding what we
This
did.
is essentially confirmation that the pings lead you to
Exactly,
Nethrali's
okay.
stuff
Perfect.
beyond just the lamps.
Which is fantastic, but we got to operate decently quickly, and hoping to check these sort of off the list, and having a strong suspicion that as we do this, we're going to figure out how the heck to get it to our destination.
Or possibly land ourselves in the destination, because I think we're looking for like some kind of gateway.
Yeah. Is Mirth, by the way, just a quick check, is Mirth too like turning translucent or showing signs of disappearing, or does he look kind of normal? Is he just there?
As far as you can tell, in fact, go ahead and roll an insight check.
Sure. Um, 15 total.
15. You know yourself fairly well. And taking a look at Mirth 2 and finishing up the eyeliner and watching with glee as the insatiable tome eats the other book, you get the impression that everything's good to go. Nothing seems out of the ordinary, strange. Mirth 2 doesn't look different or odd. Yeah.
Wow.
You all see Ragnolf. He was sort of sitting by the dead fire, cleaning out his guns, and he starts shaking his head, which is probably adorable with the little ears, and stands up and starts pacing the cavern, rubbing his forehead.
You all right there, friend?
I'm starting to... He sticks his hand in his pouch. I'm starting to have parts of my experience yesterday return to me. I believe what I encountered, what I was taken aboard... have you heard of a flying nautilus?
No. What's a normal nautilus?
A normal nautilus is a type of sea creature. It's a sort of a curved shell, tentacle things coming out of its face. A flying nautilus is much, much, much bigger. Perhaps the size of a three-masted sailing ship that flies. I was not sure they existed, but now I think I remember seeing one and being taken aboard.
Wow. Do you think it's your mother?
Wait, sorry, what?
Were you
Is it
born
not?
from a nautilus?
No.
Like, did you hatch from an egg?
No.
Is that your tentacle?
No. None of those. What are we talking about? What happened?
Not a single thought behind the Mirth's eyes.
Four
Their
eyes, no
intelligence was
thoughts.
eaten by the book.
Ragnolf is going into his pocket. What does he discover?
He feels a box, probably about the size of a cigar box.
Okay.
It might have been, maybe it was a box that you carried a firearm in at some time, like a display box like that. Maybe a bit
Okay.
bigger than a cigar box.
All right. And so he's gonna pull that out. And is it locked?
It is not. It does have a latch,
Okay.
like a little hook latch, and that's it.
I recall this box. I don't recall putting it there. And he's going to start to open it unless anybody's like, "No, God, no! What are you doing?"
No, we're very curious,
Full
so we're not
curiosity.
gonna do that.
Y'all are just leaning
Okay.
over.
Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
Of
no.
course.
Well,
I'm okay at those. Oh no. Hold on 1 second. I had to turn off hardware acceleration the other day, which means that dice rolling in D&D Beyond is not a thing that happens. God, where do you change that? Use hardware acceleration. Okay, relaunch. Let's try that again. Super entertaining stream while you wait for me to load things. Oh god, it was almost a natural one. It's a 22.
A 22. So as you start to open the box, you see 2, maybe 3 very small tentacles come out close to your hand, and you right away slam it shut.
I do not know what I have in this box, but I think it might mean me harm. And he's going to gently set the box down next to the fire.
Okay. It now that it's been moved a little bit, the box every once in a while kind of vibrates a little bit.
Detect magic, if I may.
The room is full of magic of all kinds. The box itself is not magical in the least.
I don't feel any magic coming from this. That's interesting. It seems to be just a little creature.
Well, I suppose we
feed it
could.
the book.
well, I don't think we can feed everything to the book.
Mirth gives
Yeah.
you a sly look and doesn't say anything.
Yeah. Mirth 2 leans over to Mirth. I think we probably could.
Is the box locked?
There's a little latch that keeps it shut.
Should open it. Says Brown, looking down at the box.
I attempted to open it, and I think something attempted to eat me from inside it.
Little fronds came out.
Yeah, yes, little tentacly things. They
Yeah.
seemed to want to do me harm.
Maybe it's associated with the large nautilus, with the tentacle.
It could be. The
Maybe it's an
creatures that
egg
were
that's shaped like a
crewing.
box.
Eggs are really a thing for you today, huh?
Eggs
Mirth
are
shuts
very
right up.
important.
The creatures that I remember seeing on the Nautilus were He takes 2 fingers and kind of swirls this little white energy around his forehead and pops it in. They were also tentacle-faced creatures. I try to see if I know what it is. No, I don't know what they are. Okay.
This is
Any of those
much,
checks
much,
that might help?
much smaller than them.
Yeah.
Sorry, T, what was that?
Any rolls we can make to try and identify it?
Based on a few tentacles coming out of a box?
No.
Not really, no.
How hard would it be to shoot the box open without damaging the thing inside so we can see what it is from a distance?
Well, I'm pretty sure with all these bards, does
it's
anyone
like-
have mage hand or
I
a
was like,
string?
are you gonna
or
communicate
Oh, okay.
this plan? Because I do have mage hand. So if you do
Yeah, I would-
communicate the plan, I'd be like, well, we have something that might be able to help.
Sing to it. Dun-dun-dun.
Well, however you do
Dun, 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 dun,
cast
dun.
this hand, and you'll just kind of cast mage hand, and it waves.
What does your mage hand look like? I need every flavor of to know everybody's magic flavor.
The first thing that comes to mind is it legitimately looks like a little like translucent like Mickey Mouse hand. Like, you know how like those cartoon hands look? It looks like that. This is how I imagine mage hand whenever someone casts it.
That is so much better than how I imagined Mage Hand. I'm taking your imaginings.
How did you imagine Mage Hand?
I just imagined like a normal hand with all the like wrinkles and veins and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh my god. Yeah,
Things
no,
are
mine is
tan.
much better.
A photorealistic hand,
Yeah, exactly.
but it's
Ready.
obviously drawn in charcoal, just floating. It's
Or
photorealistic.
like something like, yeah, it's either that or like if I really want to, like something more akin to like the hamburger helper. Like
Not to encourage the tangent, but a bard who draws their spells and they have to draw a hand for Mage Hand, but they're not any good at drawing hands and still
No.
practicing.
And it just looks
So it's
horrible.
goofy hands
A
every
turkey
time.
hand.
It's got 6 fingers.
Let's just stick fingers on a fist at
Like-
first.
It's just
Anyway,
like straight
yes.
fingers.
Straight fingers, no knuckles.
No knuckles, only sausages.
Only no knuckles, only sausages. Yeah, you've got Mage Hand. You can open the box if you'd like.
Okay.
I will
And
keep a
is that what we
pistol
wanna do?
trained upon that box, and if this thing tries to facehugger us, I will definitely have an action ready to shoot at it.
Okay. Now the tentacles were far too small to face hugger, is the feeling you got. But
Yeah, I just sort of meant leap for us. You know,
Sure.
not the full.
so, Heck, you are going, or Astoria is going to open it up.
Yep, everybody from a distance. Nobody needs
Yeah.
to be
Oh, yeah.
in the box. Just shoop.
The little hook undoes. The lid comes up, and immediately something tries to get out. Do you want to try and let it out, or make a dex save to close it back? Okay, then it's this very small hamster-like creature
God.
sticks its head up out of the box, but its face is not what you'd expect on a hamster-like creature. Its face has small tentacles coming out of the front.
Oh.
It looks back and forth,
Cute.
shoots out of the box, and darts to the corner of the room.
Aw.
Find a place to hide.
We have a new best friend, everyone.
A
What
little
is that?
creature.
Can we
Can
identify
we roll
it? What,
nature?
yeah, what is
Uh,
this thing?
You can do nature or arcane. I'll take either one.
I
Okay.
would love to.
I'm
try
not
to
good
figure
at
it out.
either.
Alright, what am I better
I'm better at neither.
at? I'm better at nature, so I'm gonna do that one.
It's the same thing. Alright.
21.
Oh,
21?
so bad.
7,
Astoria,
21.
You know?
13.
13. So the 13 and the 21 are sufficient to identify what is, it's like either a mouse or a hamster. It's a small rodent, native to Faerun. Not Icewind Dale, probably somewhere more around Waterdeep, that sort of area. It's, something like a chipmunk-like rodent. They just live out in the wild, that sort of thing. But they don't have faces like that. They just have normal rodent faces. And neither of you recognize what is on that thing's face.
I think it has a disease.
Does it look like the things that I remember?
It does. Same color and everything.
This
It
creature
could even be
looks like
evidence of some sort.
this creature looks like it doesn't. It's like a small hamster version of the larger tentacle-faced things that captured me and put me on board this ship. I realize how crazy this sounds out loud, by the way.
We believe you. Right, guys?
Why else would he
I
be out
believe you.
here?
We're talking to a hippo. A handsome hippo. I believe just about anything nowadays.
I'm not that unusual where I come from, but all right.
Such modesty.
Well, a 6 where you come from is a 9 where we're at. So.
That's so true of this
What-
entire campaign.
So I'm so sorry, everyone. Like everyone's like 4s and 5s or like 9s. Like, apologies everywhere.
That's so true of this entire campaign.
Like, everyone's like 4s and 5s or like 9s. Like, apologies everywhere. Like, He's such a trash fire. Anyways,
Speaking on behalf of real life 4s and 5s, I appreciate it.
yeah. But
So
anyways,
the squid-faced rodent has scurried off to hide in a corner.
oh, we got to go get it. It's evidence.
So this is a Mike question, not a Ragdoll question. Who would we take evidence to?
So you were essentially sent by your order,
Right.
to figure out what's been going on around Waterdeep, and then things got blurry.
Okay.
So your
So this
memory
is-
is starting to come back, and you realize, oh, I put that in the box so I could take it back and show them.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no! I needed
Oh,
that in the
no.
box. We're gonna have to get it and put it back in the box.
Ah.
Well, Mirth uses Mage Hand to pick it and put it back.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's
Um,
much better than the 20 minutes of us running around trying to grab a hamster that I was envisioning.
The mage hand grabs this little squid-faced hamster, lifts it up. Its legs are kicking. Its tentacles start like slapping against the fingers of the mage hand, trying to get a hold of it. And yeah, you put it back in the box and close the box.
Nice.
All right. I'll put the box back in my pouch. What were your next moves planned here in the tower?
Well,
From point straight up. We need to go to the next site and quickly.
Which involves
All right.
leaving the tower.
we're on our way to the next location on this map, and Mirth will happily kind of show you our next stop we're gonna hopefully get to. And
All right.
what do you think? Do you want to come?
I was thinking of investigating the site where the Nautilus crashed with myself inside, and I was wondering if you all might want to assist me. It doesn't seem like it's that far away from this particular location that you're heading to next.
It's not far from
Well-
the entrance to the tower.
Yeah.
I
We
did
might as
fall off
well.
the ship into this tower after all.
Yeah, if it's on the way, I don't see why not. Mirth looks at Astoria and Brom kind of like, can we? That sort
Well,
of face.
When in Neverwinter.
All right, so you all start making your way back up the tower.
Yeah.
Yep.
You get to the long stretch of where the where all the words were, and there are things and words and stuff and stuff.
Words
and
are
things.
hard.
So you climb up back through the tower, and as you get to the level where the White and Dazan are, the door is open, and as you climb up that rope and go over the lip, the White is standing in that door that you closed and just looking.
Oh dear.
Which of you goes up first?
Oh.
I'm going to say probably someone light.
Mirth can go if you would like. Unless Ragdoll wants to lead the way. Whatever makes sense.
Whoever
If you
wants to
get-
be first is fine with me.
All right, I'm going to recommend lightest first, so that if they fall, well, if Brom or Ragnar fall, they're not going to crush the person under them.
True.
Just a suggestion.
So Astoria,
Yeah, it's
do you wanna
probably me
go?
then. It's
Yeah,
probably me.
Okay.
probably you.
So Astoria, you are the first one through. And as you get to the top, everyone else is behind you, probably in about 15-foot intervals or so. The White is standing in the doorway as you get there. Are you going to assist or not?
So, as a player, remind me again. It was
Okay, so
to somehow
he
bring
wants your
back
help with
Dazan.
Dazan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we haven't exactly talked it over yet, and someone
Oh,
new to bring to the vote actually just joined us. So if you wouldn't mind waiting just a couple seconds until my companions get up here, we can give you a solid answer. I'd hate to answer just for all of us.
Shortly after that, May comes up the rope behind you, climbs in. She kind of starts a little bit as the white is standing in the doorway. Is that enough to give the answer?
Well, you see, there are. Wait, I'm like counting people on the overlay. We don't have quite the quorum yet. We need at least one more.
Who's next?
Ragnolf will climb up.
Ragnolf, you come up and you see this undead warrior that you had a very brief conversation with, standing in the doorway, along with May and Astoria looking their way.
Are we...
So
do
an
we have
answer.
Oh, to getting your friend out of the jar?
Yes.
I say no! Mirth bellows from below.
I mean,
no! And stop calling!
I basically told him to go away and stay in his room forever. So I'm kind of on the same page as Mirth here.
Don't
Who's up
make us
next?
put you back!
Mirth, are you next?
Unfortunately.
Sure.
Yeah. Mirth scrambles up and immediately stands behind Ragnolf while making these declarations. And then Mirth 2 behind Mirth 1.
Mirth 2 is behind Mirth 1, ducked down even lower. Why are you all so hesitant to help one in need?
Well, I don't speak for everyone, but personally, the undead have always sort of wanted to kill me, generally. So it seems like a bad idea to help you, an undead, release another undead.
Would you prefer my master have a living servant?
I'm not sure. I feel like it would probably be a bad idea either way.
Brahm, you're the last one up.
Brom gets up and notices everyone's involved in this conversation and kind of looks like he wants to sneak over to the next ladder, but he kind of pauses and looks over. We can think about helping your friend after we resolve this matter.
There will be others. And the white turns around and closes the door behind him.
I vote we blow the place. Wait, never mind. Mirth sort of stops and is remembering the incredible magical artifact, and is like, oh.
We could
Why does there have
attempt
to be a white?
We could attempt to seal this door.
How
Well,
would you suppose we do that?
Ragnolf is gonna look around the room and see if there's anything that looks like it's
Broken furniture, benches. The entire tower was flipped upside down, so there's bits and pieces of just about anything you need. Also, the wall next to you was all torn up, so there's probably some decent-sized chunks of rock. Probably not big enough by themselves to block a door.
we
They're
could
pretty
pull
big.
a don't dead open inside and stack stuff kind of in front. And I'm assuming if the white used the door, then it can't go through things, or at least that's Mirth's logic. So he would be down for attempting to blockade the door from his perspective on things.
Brom thinks they should go, but he will volunteer to move a large piece of heavy furniture to block this.
I don't know how much heavy furniture will help, but I think it's worth a try. And I will take the other side of that piece of heavy furniture from Brahm. Does the door open in or out?
The way that's convenient, it pushes out.
Okay, great.
Mirth is going to write above the door, do not help the white. And he's gonna write it in a silvery painted ink, and bippity boppity boop, there it is. That's my graffiti. Good luck getting rid of it
Nice,
white with your
yeah.
skinny white hands.
How good is Murph at spelling? Oh, good.
He actually has no. That's such an adorable and valid question. He actually has like stunningly beautiful like penmanship.
Okay,
Like
good.
yeah, like he has actually I don't know if you would have seen it yet. You might have seen him doing a little bit of drawing in it, but he's been creating a chronicle of his experiences and involves a ton of fan art, and definitely there would be a hippo sketch in there at some point already, probably. So he's an artist.
Nice.
Oh, that's great. Mirth 2 says, can I try?
Yes. I mean, we have
Uh,
to hurry, but yes.
So
Rom starts drowning. Don't go fast.
Mirth 2 tries to draw a picture of the white, but it's not very good at all. Very low level, very beginner. You've drawn whites before. You know your skill level, and this is not it. There's maybe a little bit of natural talent, but none of the practice. So that's pretty good. That's good. That's good.
Well, it's pretty bad.
It is bad. It's really
Yeah.
bad.
You'll have to practice. It's the shading on the upper lip. There's kind of a trick to it.
Oh, I should have put lips on there.
Yeah. I think that's its only issue.
Okay.
So if that
Yeah.
wasn't lips, what was that supposed to be?
Let's just not talk about it, okay? And Mirth 2, in a little bit of a huff, turns around and tries to scramble up the next level. But it is 12 feet up to the next level, so he's trying to jump to grab it.
Before Mirth starts to clamber, Ragnall puts a hand on his shoulder and is like, I think your drawing was just fine.
Thank you.
Oh.
Appreciate that.
That's so cute.
I'll get better.
I ship them.
So you're able to make your way out the rest of the tower. You find yourself pulled back into the snow outside of Icewind Dale, and while prior to winter's last breath, there has been the continual threat of blizzards and winds and terribleness. There is just the green aurora obscuring the stars, but otherwise the sky is clear.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Kinda.
He told me it wasn't her mark. Says From.
Why is this so pretty? Says Mirth 2.
It's like, have you ever seen a frog that's brightly colored? It's actually a warning not to eat it or touch it because it's poisonous. Kinda
No,
like
I've only been
that.
around for like 8 hours. What's a frog?
Oof. It is pretty, isn't it? Really, if you look at it, the green, the shimmer. Mirth gives
did
Mirth
not.
2 sort of a puzzled look. Like, by the way, he's been giving him thoughtful, not like mean looks, but just sort of like the occasional thoughtful look of realizing that, like, oh, this being it's me, but it's not. This is like, it's fascinating because on the one hand, this is Mirth, but on the other hand, a lot of the skill and things that took Mirth years to hone and practice are things that it seems like Mirth 2 just can't do yet, or, you know, it's really interesting.
I'm assuming about a, let's say, 45-minute ascent between the climbing and clambering and all that.
Sounds good.
You make yourself back. You make your way back up that ice slide, back onto the surface. Ragnolf, you know that the crash site is that way, and it's not far. Probably only a few hundred yards.
Is there still smoke coming from it, or have we been down below long enough that it's not like billowing into the wind?
So the green aurora emits a dim light over the snows of Icewind Dale, and as you look into the distance, you can see the basically the hillside that was right next to the part of the ship that crashed. as you stop to think, and as your memory starts to come back a bit, you get a sharp pain behind your eyes, followed by a vision of being dropped. And you think that whatever you were in got dropped off the bottom of the ship, perhaps. And as you're thinking about what the wreckage looked like, yeah, there wasn't, the nautiloid itself wasn't there. It was just bits and pieces of the hold where you were imprisoned.
Okay.
But yeah, that's so.
All right.
There was that, and you're not positive where the rest of the ship might be.
Okay.
As soon as you came to, you fought a couple carrion crawlers, and stumbled away, sliding down into this tower.
Got it. Okay. Well then, I will point towards the wreckage that we can see, and this I believe is the direction to at least part of the crashed Nautilus.
Brom stares at it without comprehension. Like, it's just like, what is? He doesn't seem to know what he's looking at.
As you all get closer, and I will be putting you on here so you can see, you approach a massive divot in the snow that goes all the way down to the dirt and rocks below. It is apparently where whatever Ragnolf was in first touched down. And just about 150 feet up in front of you is the wreckage itself. It looks like it's chitinous and looks like seashells to a certain degree. Bits of that calcium and the shell and the pieces. And as you look around, there are odd bits of crates and all sorts of things spread along this wreckage out in front of you.
You could see
Wow.
what I meant about how it looks like a sea creature.
Yeah.
Very strange craft.
As all the rest of you look at this, there is nothing sea creature about what you're looking at, other than what it's made of.
Bert still says yeah. Like he totally agrees.
Again, Brom has no idea what he's looking at. He just kind of like stares at it and squints. I see, he says.
So, which end did you come out of?
I look around. Is there still like a hippo-sized divot in the snow from where I slid down to the tower?
So the stuff that you crawled out of is up here. And while the map looks like a sailing ship or an airship, this looks more like a crustacean mussel. Not a mussel, but a clamshell almost that is broken. It's definitely part of something more.
Okay. Cool. Also, I just opened Roll20 for the first time and saw the hamster. And,
No.
my God.
It's so good. It's so cute.
Hamster.
Hamster.
I've probably seen uglier.
All right. Well, I think I would head towards the where I came out of the ship and sort of gesture my friends to come along.
Come
Sure.
with.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right.
Everyone should have full control, and I'll follow May along with you.
I don't seem to have full control, assuming I'm the hippo.
My apologies. Briefest of moments, as I hit some buttons, press some things.
Move the thing and the other thing.
Okay, that's why. Just save. Now you should be able to.
Which one's
Yep,
me?
now I can.
They
Which
both are,
one's
Mert.
me?
Choose your fighter.
So I mean, I'm just moving my guy up, but we're generally heading in this direction. Let me know if anything stops me.
Ah.
Well, I'll stop you before you get quite that far.
I had a feeling.
Let me see how. Yeah. Whoops. Wrong thing.
About here.
About here, I need you to make a perception check.
All right.
Uh,
Hey, I'm good at those. All right. That is a 21.
21. As you take a step in the snow, you have heard the crunching of snow and ice beneath your feet as you've approached. But as you get to this point, there is a much louder crunch off to the east, or the west rather. And your little ears both turn like radar dishes in that direction. And as you turn and look, you can see something in the snow coming towards you. It looks like a single fin sticking out of the top of the snow that is rapidly making its way in your direction. You have another blinding, momentarily headache that shoots through your brain as this image triggers another memory in you. And yes, there was something that looked like a shark with legs that was in a cage in the same hold as you. Oh yeah, they also had a bullet on board.
Oh my god.
You might
bullet?
want to roll. You might want to roll initiative.
No.
I managed to shout out "Land shark" before anything goes down.
Oh, another 21.
Oh,
no.
crumb! I didn't remove the turns. You know what? It's fine. I'll just put them in as they come in. Problem. Rid of the. Oh, it won't let me take it out. Remove all turns. Sorry.
Ooh.
Wow.
Can I keep
Okay,
that one?
Mert.
You keep whichever one you rolled. That's fine.
Well.
Ragnolf got a massive 4.
Big ol' 4.
Big old 4. A strong 4.
Nice.
It was a strong 4. Very, very strong 4. Astoria, you had a 21, I believe.
Yeah. Correct.
Second, I have to change to the other soundtrack here. There we go.
Ooh, yes. That's right. I gotta unmute the site.
And we have Brahm. What'd you get?
Oh, you didn't see it? I think I rolled. I think it added me to the turn order. Oh no.
It
delete
did,
it.
but then it unadded you because I had everyone in there. So what was your first roll?
It was 5.
5. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, the actual bullet needs to be in there.
I mean, it doesn't really, does it?
It looks like it didn't want to be.
Oh boy.
Wrong way. That way.
What
Mirth,
happened?
as Ragnolf points to this thing and yells "land shark," you get the sense that it's not a good thing.
Mirth sort of whips around to look in the direction that Ragnall's looking. What can we see? Is it just the fin so far poking out?
So far,
or-
you see it looks like a shark fin
In the
that is
snow.
sticking above the snow, coming towards you all rapidly.
Okay. What would Mirth do here?
I like how would
Mirth-
Mirth do here too.
Oh, how would Mirth do? He reaches slowly towards his weapon, which is his concertina, and he takes it out threateningly, and he looks at Ragnolf and he says, "Da-da-da. Anything we should know about this land shark before it comes to get us?"
I have no idea. It was just in a cage with me.
Near
Mirth looks at Mirth too and says, stay out of the way no matter what. Don't try and fight it. Just escape, okay? Because Mirth in his head is like, this little baby, if he can't even draw, how is he supposed to sing something to its demise? And then what he's going to do... What is Mirth going to do with his action? Mirth is going to cast Slow on it.
Ooh.
If I may. Okay. See what the rules on Slow are here. I actually haven't done it forever. Oh, I can do it on so many people. Amazing. Well, I only need one. Okay, oh, wait. 40-foot cube. Can I reach it? I don't think I can reach it. No.
Let me check the range on it real quick.
Yeah,
It's
the
a
range
40
is
foot
like a
cube.
lot, I feel like.
Yeah.
Well,
It's 40 foot within 120
near...
feet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay then. Yeah, okay. I'm a cat. I'm gonna try and cast on it. Could it make a wisdom saving throw, please?
A wisdom saving throw from a bullet is definitely something that I can
Watch it be a 20.
riff on.
Yeah, just
Or,
watch.
Watch
It's
it be
gonna
just
make
the
it now.
wisest shark.
35.
13.
Okay.
No. Okay. It is enslowl.
All right.
So it takes, you already know, but -2 to
Yep.
AC and Dex, and it can't use reactions. And that you have it written up. You already know, right?
Yep,
Okay.
got it right in front of me.
So the way this looks is Mirth opens up the little concertina, which is like a mini accordion, and he pulls it open, and it makes this, instead of like a jaunty tune that he would normally play and often does when we're in combat, it's like a dirge. It's like this kind of like sad, slow, like sort of, crooning melody. And I think like he does with a lot of his sort of sonic sound-based things, I think it actually like looks like sparkles of gold, like, and music notes where it goes, and it kind of swirls around the shark fin. And then he's going to freaking move his ass, because he's not just gonna sit here, wait for this thing. He's probably gonna like scuttle over here a little bit. And yeah, and then he's gonna end his turn. I think that's what I got.
May is going to say, I'll keep Mirth 2 safe. And these two are going to run this way. Hide behind a rock.
Oh, excellent.
Astoria.
All right, so how far away is it again?
It is a measurement distance from yourself of 90 feet.
Oh, that's so far. Oh, it's because the turn order thing was over. I was like, I don't see it. What is everyone
Oh, I'm
talking
sorry. Yeah.
about? No, that was me. That was totally me.
It's over here.
It's over there. Okay. I'll fix that on the overlay. It's like oh no, my brain was on something else. Well, that's very far, and I don't have a lot of things that go that far. Which is a problem. I'll tell you what, I am going to hold my action.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move so it doesn't have to like go in a straight line to hit a bunch of us at the same time. I think that's a good idea. So we're going 5, 10, 15. We're just gonna go like over here. I'm going to hold my action to cast Bane on this thing once it gets within 30 feet of me. And that's the way to go. That's what I'm gonna do.
Sounds good. Sir Brom.
Couldn't find the unmute button for a second. Wow, and then I opened another window. That's not what I wanted to do either. All right. So Brom's going to. How far away is this guy? Yeah, no. Brom is going to move over here, draw his weapon, and he's gonna He's gonna cast Bane on this thing.
So Bane has a 30-foot range,
Ah, crappers. Too
and
far.
I know.
Storian is currently holding a Bane. So,
Yeah,
Darn.
we're gonna bane it up soon.
If only
probably
they
shouldn't
stack.
double cast Bane. It won't stack.
Super Bane.
Super Bane. I'll do something else. I'm
Okay.
going to do Hunter's Mark on it, which is within visual range.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's
90
for
feet.
an hour.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. It is marked by the Vengeance Paladin. There you
Gonna
go.
mark it.
Anything else?
I guess you can take an actual action. Let's see. What do you want to do? What do you want to do, Brom?
That's another bonus action. So
Darn. Oh.
you can always hold an action.
No, I'm just looking. I forgot he could teleport. That would have been smart to think about. But I know what he's going to do. He's going to cast haste on himself.
Ooh.
So he's going to cast it on
Let's
himself.
see. So Hunter's Mark is not a class ability for you, but it is a spell. So you wouldn't be able to cast both those spells because one's not a
Darn.
cantrip.
What's going to do?
Your best bet's probably to hold an action unless you want to get closer to it or something like that.
Okay. Guess I'll hold hitting it if it gets within range.
Okay. Ragnolf, I would like you to start your turn with intelligence save.
Oh no. That's it, a -2.
Sure.
And I rolled a 3, so that's a 1, baby.
All right. Nothing at the moment. You get a shock of a headache through behind your eyes, but nothing else. It's your turn.
All right. So with that, Ragnolf is going to look at this land shark and pull out his amulet and point it at him and say, "Remember your sins," and cast Toll the Dead.
Okay.
So that is a Wisdom saving throw for it.
Absolutely. Let me pull it up here. A Wisdom save of 12.
That is not enough. And has it taken damage yet this combat?
It has not.
Okay, well then it will take 9 damage from my 2d8.
9 damage from your 2d8.
Let me see if there's any cool bonus action stuff I can do. I don't think so. The music just got super intense because I started attacking.
Yeah, it got really cool just then.
Yeah. Nope, didn't do that. Nope, I think I'm good.
Okay. So the slowed bullet, this fin sticking up out of the ground, starts making its way towards you. And while it was coming forward at quite a clip before, this time it's really not going that fast. In fact, it's only going half as fast.
Excellent. Well done, everyone.
And that is as close as it makes it to you as it comes flying through.
Oh, dang. I wonder how fast that
so
thing
super.
actually is. If it was able to go...
When it burrows, it goes super fast. Like,
Mirth, it is back to you.
Golly. Let me see. There's Astoria. Okay, so me and Astoria over here. Those two are there. Mirth is gonna... Well, he's gonna give to Brahm an inspiration. He's gonna sing a little ditty for you.
Oh.
His little Brahm chant, who you totally, like, as has been well established, every party member has like a melody associated and written for them, like a jingle, where, you know, in the theater, in the movie, in the ongoing Marvel ass universe of this game, the song starts playing and you know who's about to appear on screen. So he plays your ditty and gives you that at the very least, and I think he's going to exactly like that.
Perfect.
Hundo. And I think what he's going to do then is maybe dissonant whispers. Would that be? Yeah, let's whisper at it.
Sure.
I haven't dissonant whispered in a while. Which is one more time, wisdom, in case it's wise.
Absolutely. Also, I forgot to make its or attempt its save at the end of its turn to see if it'd still be slowed. 17, so it saves, I believe, against your slow.
Oh, yeah, it does. It totally does.
Darn it.
So I guess Mirth attempts to whisper into its mind, and maybe there's just not a lot to whisper into.
The save for Dissonant Whispers does hit, though, with an 8. I forgot to save against slow.
Oh,
So the
I
slow
would've-
wore off.
can we just switch it? Okay, fine.
Uh-oh.
Dang it.
Uh-oh.
At least Dissonant Whispers freaks it out. Okay, well, hold on. Let me roll. Darn it. Let me roll here. Let's see. Damage. Okay.
Be 3d6 psychic.
Yeah, so that's 15 psychic damage.
15, and it immediately, this fin immediately turns a tight circle. In fact, it kind of disappears for a moment and reappears the other direction as the land shark shoots 40 feet back where it came from.
Mirth looks surprised and is like, I'm not trying to move it this much, I swear.
Well,
Just this is the most battle. This is the most mobility pushing people around Mirth has like ever done in a fight. I swear to God.
Astoria.
yeah, I mean, Astoria just kind of looks at Mirth like, okay, I guess we're doing this at range then. And is going to go ahead and, you know, I refrained from doing this first round because I was like, do I really want to just like first round heavy spender this? So I'm gonna I'm gonna second round heavy spender this, and cast synaptic static.
Okay.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's a really cool spell. Because the range is 120 feet.
Mhm.
So I need an intelligence save.
Oh, I'm sure that'll go well. A -2.
All right, cool. Well, the 40-foot sphere like around the area that she cast this, you can kind of still hear it at a distance though. It's just this staticky psychic screeching as if there's some type of feedback in the actual air itself. And he's gonna take 8d6 psychic damage.
Hell yeah.
Whoa.
Hey, big
38.
spender.
38.
And the target has muddled thoughts for 1 minute. So during that time, it rolls a d6 and subtracts that number from attack rolls and ability checks.
Perfect.
All right, and that's my
Anything
turn.
else?
Shit.
That's
Okay.
it.
That's
So
it.
Astoria, you essentially just cranked feedback at it, basically. Like, oh my God. So after you give Mirth that look, Mirth's mouth already at you, and then presumably you turn and do this shit to it, and Mirth is like, but
Never
it worked
mind.
out.
It worked out.
Wow. That's
Brom,
impressive.
before you take your turn, you see Ragnolf next to you wince And there is this moment where you could swear you hear Ragnolf say, "Oh." The ground beneath you shudders as a massive bullet bursts forth from underneath you.
Oh,
A
no.
second
And
one?
Oh, no.
as it does, you can see that its face has 4 long tentacles coming out of it. And as it erupts out of the ground, there is this keening sound, just this that pops. And I need both Ragnolf and Brahm to give me
Either.
intelligence saving throws.
Oh no,
Oh,
he's
boy.
so dumb.
Ra-
Each
Ragdoll.
free.
Rag-
I implore
Ragdoll
you
says,
to
"That's
reconsider.
right. There was another
Oh
one."
no.
God, we've been wasting all our good shit on the
Oh.
baby.
The
Well,
irony. I
It,
waited.
I know, I was just
It's
thinking
fine.
that.
It's fine.
Shit.
It'll be fine.
Dane, were you smirking on the inside
Oh, he
when Astoria
absolutely
did that?
So,
hey, if
God.
it's within range, can I
100%.
hit it?
It'll be fine.
that
It'll
is
be
so.
fine.
When you ready a reaction, you give a very specific trigger to that reaction. Your reaction was that land shark gets close enough for me to hit it. This is not that land shark.
Darn.
You are definitely not prepared for this in any way, shape, or form, as both of you take 24 psychic damage
Ah!
and you are both restrained.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no, there's more tentacle hentai. I didn't
As
say anything.
this
Keep talking.
as this massive chitin covered tentacle-faced creature bursts from the ground next to you. That is its turn. Brum, your speed is 0. Attacks are at disadvantage. You get an intelligence save at the end of your turn to shake off this psychic restraint. It's your turn.
Okay. Oh, this thing's gonna make me use all my things. All right, I'm sorry. What actions did you say I could take again?
It's your turn. Take whatever actions you'd like. You're just restrained. You cannot
Crap.
move,
Oh, okay.
but you can
he's
do
gonna-
anything else. You just can't. The move action is not available to you. My apologies for not making it
Okay.
clear.
Okay. I was like, wait, what is restrained to me again? So he's gonna do a thing. He's gonna go ahead and do a vow of enmity on this thing,
Okay.
and then he's gonna hit it 3 times if he's hasted.
You're not hasted. You couldn't cast that spell at the same time as Hunter's Mark.
That's right. That's right.
You get 2 attacks, and they are just straight rolls because the advantage negates the disadvantage from being restrained.
Okay. Good luck, Brom.
A 22
That
and a
looks like-
24 will both hit.
Sweet. All right.
You want to pop a Channel Divinity Divine Strike on these things?
Yeah,
or-
let's do it. Let's
All right.
channel some. Let's do some divine striking.
You also have inspiration.
That's
The
right.
bard loves to just constantly remind.
But it doesn't affect your damage, just your to hit. So.
That's my attack. I guess if I missed, I could do that.
Now the 11 and 10, that damage goes in. Your sword is just starts slashing at this creature that appeared out of nowhere. And if you want to
And,
smite it, feel free to roll.
yeah. Yes, I'm gonna smite it. Where is your smite? Where did I put you? Why I always forget.
Should just be 2d8. for a first level spell slot, 1d8 for everyone higher. So you pick what spell slot.
I'll cast it on the second level. No, I'll cast
Okay.
it on first.
First level is 2d8 extra damage.
Go. Oh, it's so bad.
Oh,
Three more.
Oh no.
You do have the option to divine smite, so that would be total of 24 damage you did. Go ahead and give me an intelligence save at the end of your turn.
All right. I will go ahead and.
As this keening sound, this that probably gets filtered out of my mic,
It does.
keeps. Yeah, I saw I didn't turn on green, so I was like,
Intelligence
yeah.
save is a 12.
A 12 fails, and this
Ow.
keening sound gets louder and louder and louder in your head, and all of a sudden, there's just this, and your eyes go blank. You are stunned.
Oh no.
No.
Oh.
Wait, can I use the bardic inspiration on it? No, you can't. do it on saves,
Yes, you
right?
can. You can use bardic
Oh.
inspiration on a save.
Can I use it?
Go ahead.
All right. And it was.
I think you're at a D8, right?
Yeah, it's a D8.
It's a D8.
Yes.
Please don't suck. 2.
14,
so 14
is exactly enough to save. You are no
Yay.
longer restrained.
Thank
Yeah.
God. Thank you for the divine
Good job.
inspiration.
Ah,
Ragnolf, it's
thanks,
your turn.
Storm.
Mm.
You have a tentacle-faced land shark that has a bullet that has appeared next to you.
Yeah, all up in my face.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see. What is this?
You're also restrained. You cannot move, and you attack at disadvantage.
Yep. So I'm trying to find something good that doesn't require me to attack. I will. That's way too high of a level to spend right now. I am gonna. Oh man, I really want to try this. A spell attack is also at disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. I'm gonna do it anyway because I want to. I'm gonna cast Inflict Wounds on the creature since it's close enough to touch.
It is.
Did that cast twice? Okay, my bad. All right. So attack at disadvantage. 22 to hit with disadvantage. Whew.
Woo! Yep, that will hit. Yeah.
All right. Let's get 3d10s up in here. That is 17 damage.
17 damage. And what does it look like when you inflict wounds?
I believe he reaches out with one hand and you see his eyes kind of glow red for a second, and then there's just like red lightning that comes up his hand and goes through his fingertips into the creature.
This thing hisses like a cat as you shoot it into it, and these wet tentacles just slap all over the place frantically. Go
Stand
ahead
down.
and give me an intelligence save at the end of your turn.
Oh, yay. Natural one.
Oh no.
You are the one where the keening sound gets louder and louder and louder until it snaps. Your eyes go blank and you are stunned.
Okay.
The other bullet, no longer slowed, no longer frightened, turns around and comes hauling back in
Mhm.
your all's direction.
Oh my god.
Oh god, it can move. Oh boy.
It uses its full action to just haul all the way over, uses both its move and its action to dash. And let me double check one thing. If it jumps as part of its movement, okay, then it knows how to use its own ability. So it is going to stop short about here, and it looks like it is preparing itself for something. It's doing tight circles under the snow. Mirth.
Oh no.
Oh, bloody hell. Okay, hold on. Ugh.
All these lines. Oh God, how close is everything? How close is everything?
No, this is me like frantically taking out rulers, like, oh geez, I hate that I have to get in any way closer to this for this to work.
But it's so cute. Look at its little face.
It is not cute. It is deformed and overbred. What have we done? Like a hug.
It's so aggressive.
With great reluctance, Mirth scuttles closer, and he's going to cast Bane on these two.
All right.
Or have we unbanified? I think that didn't work the first time we were doing
No, it didn't work.
So
Nope,
okay,
it
we're
didn't
doing
work.
it again. We're one more time with feeling. So charisma saving throws, pretty please.
The regular bullet gets a 15 with a -3. It rolled a 15.
Why?
Ew.
Dislike.
The
It's like
the test subject also rolled a 15 with a -3.
I mean, that also, like, does that save?
Does that save?
I mean, yeah, it worked.
Well,
Yeah.
one of those, the
15,
bullet
yes,
is
I
at a
put mine in
-6
various
anyway,
places.
or a -d6.
Oh wait, that's right. One of them is at
Due to
the
synaptic
regular bullet's at a
static.
-d6.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry. So that is a 13 on the regular bullet.
Yeah, that gets you.
Perfect.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. I'm just pleased one of them got it. God. And I used my move action. I hate that. Mirth is then going to
Gained, marked, synaptic static. This is nuts.
out of the, I know this is probably difficult to see in combat, but with a glance over the snow, between Brahm and Ragnolf, do either of them look like they're at death's door? Like, who looks more dinged up and might need a little bit of?
At the
Wait.
moment,
It has to be Ragnolf because I already inspired. No, I could give you another inspiration, right?
I
When you
just
look
used your
over-
inspiration.
yeah, it has been used. So your inspiration is available for either of them. Ragnolf is glassy-eyed, standing still in the face of a monstrous
Oh.
creature.
God, yeah, that's right. Shit. Mirth makes up a little jingle for Ragnolf that he's been thinking about, and it's like a brand new little melody. It's like the first time he's actually played it. And if you have any opinions, Mike, on what that might sound like, by all means. But he's gonna give you like a kind of whatever the sound may be.
I'm
and
imagining
all
like
over.
Gregorian chanting of some kind.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Mirth Gregorian chants for you. And hopefully we'll give you at least one bardic inspiration. So good luck.
Thanks.
All right, and on to Astoria.
Okay. We think very similarly because I was also thinking about banning the two of them, but it opens me up to do this instead. Astoria is going to take out her lute and start playing almost like a lullaby sounding tune. And out of the air starts to appear like these weaving colorful ribbons that go in the direction of the bullet. As I cast Hypnotic Pattern, I would like a wisdom save.
Oh,
Minus a
wisdom
d4,
save.
minus a d6.
It's a d4 and a d6 minus. So we'll start with the regular wisdom save. It's an 18 with a -0.
Okay.
That's 3 18s in a row.
Yeah.
These
Good thing we
bullets
have these
have
two,
rolled.
'cause
God,
even
yeah.
if
Bane
I'm
brings it
over
down to a
That's a
17.
minus the d6.
Synaptic Static brings it down to
16
a
fails.
16.
My DC 17. It
So
matters. It matters, chat.
Oh.
These things.
It does.
Oh, these things matter. That's actually wild that happened. I thought it was like,
That-
oh, even if they rolled once, I wouldn't have to mention that, but that's actually wild. But yeah, so let me just read out the spell to you. So if they fail the save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0.
Yep.
And
So as these... Oh, go ahead and tell me what it looks like, and I'll tell you what it does to
Well,
it.
yeah, absolutely.
The ribbons.
Yeah, the different ribbons. And as it kind of like lulls it into like, stopping from doing a bunch of circles, Astoria is going to look at the rest of them to say, focus on the big one. This one's under control for now.
This bullet, its head slowly comes out of the ground, and it just starts
Aw.
looking at these ribbons dancing around it.
Oh,
It's actually very cute.
Kinda
I
cute.
told you it was adorable.
Anything else, Astoria?
That's it for me.
Okay. The test subject. I need Brahm. Could you please give me a D4 roll, if you'd be so kind?
Sure.
Thank you much.
2.
2. Its tentacles start slapping at the two of you, and it sends one toward each of you. So Brahm does a 13 hit. It does not. And with advantage on Ragnolf, does a 16 hit Ragnolf.
No.
These tentacles slap against both of you, and Ragnolf, give me a D6, please.
D6, okie dokie.
And these are like 4 inches around at the base. And they're about 4 feet, 5 feet long, and there's this wet slap of tentacle against metal armor.
That's a wow. That's such a lovely mental image we've added to this. Just that sound. I got a 4.
A 4? Thank you much for that. The keening sound is quieter, but still there at the edges of your ears. Brahm, your turn.
Brahm is going to do something. Try and hit this thing.
Okay, go ahead.
He's going to.
I got to roll to hit first.
Yes. Reading. Okay. Yes, he's going to use the branding smite. I'm like, which one's which?
All right.
Great sword 1. Great sword 2.
24 and 26 will both hit.
All right. So he's going to slash at it and hit twice, and then go ahead and add on the branding smite.
All right, that's 2d6s. That is 23 damage from your sword, and then another 10 from that. And this test subject is not in good condition right now. It is looking pretty rough. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
Not now.
Ragnolf, you are stunned. I need you to make an intelligence save at the end of your turn.
11.
11. You are standing there glassy-eyed. There's just this keening sound going through your ears. Do you want to use your
I could
inspiration?
add my bardic inspiration to that. Thank you. It's is it a D4 or higher than that?
D8.
D8. Ooh, look at this high level play. That will make it a 19.
19 is enough. So there's this
Woo!
keening sound, and then suddenly your eyes refocus, and you can hear Mirth's melody in your ear. And it's at that point you realize that Mirth 2, several feet away, is harmonizing with Mirth 1 with your chant. It's snaps you out of the stun.
That's amazing. Anyway.
That was the end of your turn. The bullet is staring at colorful ribbons and feeling good about itself. Mirth, you're up.
Just want to scratch it between its little jaw.
Oh my god. Well, this is pretty pathetic, but Mirth sort of squints between the two of them and shrugs and takes out his crossbow.
Okay.
And he's hoping that baby Bullet is occupied, is going to shoot at the big guy.
Sounds good. Go ahead and fire away.
Go ahead and fire away. All 0 damage. Oh, that's 16 to hit.
16 will not hit.
Oh no.
The crossbow bolt goes flying and sticks in the armor of this test subject, and it seems unbothered by it.
Crap. And then Mirtha's gonna move. He's gonna scuttle back a little bit and try and get a little more out of the way. And then I still have... No, I'm going to save that, actually. I am my turn.
End your turn. All right, Storia, go ahead.
Okay. I should have measured this out beforehand. How far is this thing for me? Oh, I do have to move 5 feet up.
Isn't that the worst? And it's like 5 feet, and you're like...
Damn it. Yeah, exactly. Fine. Yeah, I'm gonna follow the dissonant whispers train that we got going on.
Sure.
Well, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I need a... What save is this? A wisdom?
A wisdom save of 4.
Well,
Woo!
that won't make it.
Sure.
So, let's roll some damage on that. 15.
15, and that is psychic damage, correct?
Correct.
As you push these whispers into this thing's mind, you can feel your magic bounce off a little bit. Not hurting it as much as you'd expect.
Gasp.
Anything else, Astoria?
I think that's where I'm going to keep that for now.
All right. Brom, could you give me a D4, please? And then Ragnolf, will you give me a D6?
Absolutely.
4.
Thank you for the 4.
That's a 2 for me.
2? Could have done better than a 2.
Yep.
This thing, a bit perturbed at what is going on, is going to disappear underground.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh dear.
I don't like that.
Oh man.
As it
Does he know he's not allowed to do that? Like we all discussed it.
Not
there is dirt
fair.
that flies up into the air, and yep, hitting the wrong button. And after a few seconds, it reappears in between
Okay.
the two bards.
Oh, hey.
Oh no.
What's up?
Oh no.
The earth around just erupts, and there's this low keening that the two of you can hear. Not enough to cause you to react to it, but you can definitely hear this that you could not hear from the distance, just this high-pitched whine.
Oh jeez.
And 2 for each of you. So Astoria, a natural 1 will miss. A 22, however, will hit.
Yeah.
For 15 bludgeoning damage as one of these massive tentacles slaps Astoria.
Oh, I thought it was me, Astoria.
And then the other 2 go to Mirth. Mirth, a 27 to hit
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Right.
for 17 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god.
And a 19 to hit Mirth for the second one.
Yes.
Another 19 bludgeoning damage.
Oh
HP,
my
I
God.
need you to reconsider.
Wait, let me write that down and do some math. How much was that total?
17 plus 19 is a number of 36.
Oh geez. Okay.
As this thing, it's just head is whipping back and forth between the two of you, and just you get bashed on either side. You can feel like the suckers on the tentacles attach to your skin for a moment and rip away, leaving these round, nasty wounds in straight lines across your
Ouch.
arm.
Yeah. Yep. Mirth makes the expected noise one would expect someone to make when that happens to them.
Brom.
Brom is gonna. This one's fascinated, right?
Yes, that one is currently staring at the lights.
Great.
And we'll continue for the next minute. Actually, if I could get a concentration check
Oh, that's right.
from Astoria.
What? Luckily, I only have to make one. But
A Constitution
that's all it
save?
takes.
Of 7, I think.
Okay, we're good.
11.
I was
You
like,
pass.
even if I think if it goes under 10, like it's just auto 10, but that works.
It might be
anyway.
auto 10. All right, Brom, your turn.
Brom is gonna go ahead and go over here and chop at this creature. Does he get flanking if they're
Nope.
on two sides of it? No? All right.
Just got to use your regular sword swinging arm.
How dare, how dare. All right.
22 and 26. Jesus, Brom.
Yeah.
He's ready to
You
kill
mean
some
poor
tentacle monsters, okay?
Yeah.
Whoa, wow, these are good damage rolls. Thank you.
Yep. So that's 21 damage.
So he just hacks into this thing like nobody's business.
You remove one of the tentacles on its face. Your sword cuts in real deep the second time also, and this creature is in terrible condition right now. Anything else?
Oh. No.
Ragnolf, you're up.
All right, Ragnolf is going to pull out a step. Well, he's going to step forward a minute because how close am I to this guy? Yeah, let's step in a little bit. So he's going to step forward a couple of spaces here, and then he is going to whip out both of his pistols and unload on this thing.
Absolutely.
So the first will be the weapon of certain death pistol, which is that's a 10 to hit.
That'll miss.
I had a
Bullet
feeling.
ricochets off its armor.
All right. But as a war priest, I get to make another attack action as a bonus action. So I will fire with the pistol of warning. That's better. 23,
23 will hit.
and that'll do 4 damage.
4.
4 is better than 1.
Yep, I rolled a 1 on the D10.
The bullet hits the armor and goes in, but then falls back off the armor.
Just tink, dink.
Anything else?
All right, I think that's me.
The little bullet is enamored with the colored ribbons. Mirth, you have a massive tentacle-faced bullet next to you.
Can you have it make a dex save, please?
I can.
If you may.
A 4.
Ooh.
Oh my god! Okay, I'm gonna be dramatic about this, if I may. Just a sec, let me roll. This is
Mhm.
very dumb.
Always be dramatic if you can.
Drama's
Mhm.
always the answer.
Let me make sure I'm not rolling the wrong amount of damage. I haven't done this before. Buffering, elevator music, just a minute.
do 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 do.
See.
This thing's head just flipping back and forth, spittle falling from the sky like rain.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Mirth is gonna breathe acid on it for 16
Perfect.
damage.
Oh.
How much?
16 damage. And I think the
16?
way it looks is exactly like in Jurassic Park. I think frills that no one knew he had go out and he goes, and then it just like
Ew.
shoots out a perfect little hose of nasty black acid.
And because this thing has been whipping its head back and forth, that black acid is going to hit it right between its eyes and just keep burrowing in. One of its tentacles falls off as the skin dissolves, then the other one. And that keening sound that's been going on stops. And the thing collapses in a heap.
Ooh.
Yay!
All right. Way to go, acid.
Mirth blows a nasty bubble and then pops it like chewing gum.
No!
And he's like, I haven't done that in a while. Usually we would use it for fire blowing tricks. It would have been a lot better if I could just do fire to begin with, to be honest with you.
I think
what
that was
is
pretty
this
useful, honestly.
thing?
You hear Mirth 2
Mirth
off to the
loves
side.
this.
Can I do that?
Don't try it. It burns. It's like acid reflux.
Ew.
It doesn't feel good
Oh,
the next day.
no.
But Mirth actually looks really proud of himself because for Dragonborn, nothing makes you feel cooler than actually using a dragon breath. So, yeah, acid may not be the most dignified of the breath's weapons in the world, but it sure is a weapon.
As long as you
Sure
don't have to
is.
go like whoop to get it to work.
Oh no.
You,
I was contemplating that. I was like, how would this work? And I was like, oh, it's like the Jurassic Park, like corny little
Yeah.
like frilled lizard thing for sure.
you hear from Mirth to over at the side. I can't do it.
Jeez.
The burping noises. How? How?
You are very good at burps, my friend.
Like, this is wild.
These are the good ones. I used to be proud of like I could do like burps on command, but they're not as nice as these.
Yeah, those are
Hmm.
quality burps.
Yeah.
You know.
Also,
Needless
burps
to say,
on command is my favorite Rage Against the Machine song.
you're able to take care of the distracted bullet here shortly. Surrounding it with a couple coup de grace is sufficient to finish the other land shark off. And there's these few moments of quiet where just the still wind picks up a little bit, and you find yourselves back in this wreckage of what is definitely not an entire ship, but probably just the cargo hold.
Um,
Oh,
Ragnolf
wow.
is going to go over to the giant boulette, and just sort of take a knee in front of it. No, if anybody's listening, you can hear him quietly praying over the creature he just had to kill.
There's a moment that passes, and there's this sense of almost reverence. It's not the first time that a slain enemy's been prayed over by this group.
Yeah.
Sadly, Braum usually prays over people and not animals, but maybe he should be nicer to them. I'm just saying, like, I mean, I feel worse for the animals personally, but
Yeah.
but yeah, my character's dumb and doesn't pray for animals, so.
Could I make a medicine check to try and figure out what what was done to this creature and how?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
All right.
What's everyone else doing while Ragnolf is investigating the creature?
Braum is wandering around in the wreckage poking things, so I guess I can do an investigate check.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I was
Mirth?
thinking something
Idle
similar.
thought. Mirth trots after checking in on Mirth 2 in
15.
May. He's gonna trot after Astoria and sort of lean down and look at you for a minute and say, "How long have you been able to do that?"
You'll have
The
to be a little
overload
more.
thing.
Which one?
And then Mirth like makes a really like he tries to do an imitation of the whole noise that your synaptic color, whatever it was you did, that really cool attack. And then he imitates the bullet writhing in agony. That long. How long have you been able to do this?
She laughs a little bit about the whole theatrics of it. Well, it's actually something a little newer. I thought of like almost like, you know how we do the spell with like the whispers.
Yeah.
It's that
The
but
gossip spell.
louder.
Interesting.
Like you think the same thing and then you just amplify it.
Mirth reflects on this. You gotta teach me for when I level up next and can take spells. Because that was really cool. I'm glad, what does he say? He says, he expresses that he's really glad that you have his back in a fight.
And I'm glad that you all have mine. I mean, I certainly wouldn't be able to go toe to toe with something like that.
Yeah, I've never seen one of those things in or out of the ocean before.
Agreed.
Yeah, I really don't care to see them ever again.
Well, hopefully we won't have to. This seems rather bizarre.
You know what Ragnolf did, though? His eyes turned all red and he shot lightning out of his hands.
I mean, certainly remarkable.
Yeah.
That and whatever the
He's so mysterious.
she mimics the guns. Whatever those. Well, again, I don't remember.
God,
what
I
they were
love
called.
those things. Mirth also does the things back as well.
He's
You know, this
practicing his
could-
gun kata.
Yeah,
It's all
this could.
good.
Gun kata.
Oh my god.
We had a whole discussion about gun kata recently, and like my friends will hate me now because I pulled out Equilibrium from like 20 years ago.
Why
You
would they
showed
hate
me
you
that
for
one
showing them an
time.
excellent movie?
Oh
They
god. With the
absolutely-
pommel horse
absolutely
in the forest for some reason, and he just swoops around on
Yeah.
like. Oh god, I can't.
They absolutely hate me. They're like, "Why would you show me this? My brain will never recover." And I'm just like, "This just you don't understand. This literally lives in my brain. It takes up
Forever.
like 5% of my RAM.
Oh
Like
my
at any given time, I'll be trying to think, and I'll just think about like that scene where he's like shooting
Spinning.
everyone and getting shot out and somehow not dying.
Oh
Yep.
my god.
It's great. I love over-the-top BS action movies.
Absolutely.
Y'all should watch Shoot 'Em Up if you haven't.
Oh, I love that one.
So the results of the rolls, starting with Ragnolf, what'd you get for your medicine check?
I got a 21.
21. So as you start investigating this creature, there's definitely something that was introduced. Biologically, it appears to be the same as the other bullet, but
Okay.
the changes are fairly localized to the face and brain. And with the part that have melted off, you get a better look, and you can see there's, with a 21, your best guess is something was introduced into this creature's head that caused this to happen.
Okay. Do I see any sign of what that might be?
No, it all seems to have grown together. So whatever facilitated this transformation seems now to simply be a part of the creature.
Okay. So it looks like it was sort of grown this way then?
There's a lot of, yeah, that's your best description. It looks like it was
Okay.
grown that way.
Okay.
But there are some like stretch marks on the skin that make you think there was some rapid acceleration at some point in its size. And even the chitinous armor has cracks in it where it didn't quite keep up with the accelerated
it.
growth.
All right. I will look around. I'm gonna stand up and look around the crash site and see if I can see anything else around here that's,
Sure.
Seems like it might be either a way deeper into the ship or like a way forward of some kind.
Yep, we'll get to that in a moment.
Sure.
Brahm, the investigation check you did.
Yeah, he got a 15. He's like
A 15?
poking around. Mhm.
As you start poking around this wreckage, you really start to get the impression that it's almost like a box, an oversized box more than a ship. As you start looking, you do find broken pieces of odds and ends. What is most notable is there are a container. It's almost like a clamshell container broken open of purple crystals. All of them are shattered except for one that's kind of nestled in the snow not too far away.
He would bring the others' attention to this. What do you guys have? Arcana? I think he'll try and work. He's so stupid. He'll try and Arcana it. He got a 14 to try and Arcana it.
Are
It's
we-
definitely,
Detect
Mag-
magicking? Is that?
if you want to, you can.
Would that be?
Yeah.
Do you call Mirth over for that?
Yeah, I mean, he called everyone over. He doesn't want to touch it without knowing what it is.
Oh, sure, yeah. Mirth will
Some
come
of these
running
things are
over.
not great.
Yeah, he'll take out the old metal detector magic, run it over the sand. Mirth would totally be the one that goes like onto a beach and is combing for like little fallen objects. hunting for things.
Oh my god, he totally would be though.
Yeah. Geocaching.
So yes, it does glow. And it would glow as transmutation.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a transmutation coming from the purple crystal, the intact one. All the others are dead.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was watching a really cute clip that someone posted and I was being charmed. That was ADHD in action, baby. One more time.
Transmutation.
Transmutation. Not surprising at all, actually. And Mirth will show this off. Also bolstered, deeply confident now that he has succeeded in playing magic with, like, probably one of the most advanced and incredible pieces of ancient Netherese tech that, like, ever has evered. He now has decided that he's in fact like a prodigy and knows a lot of stuff. Kind of like, you know how like if you have a little expertise in something and you start to think you're really good at it. But is it Dunning-Kruger? I can't remember what the effect is, but he's definitely
Dunning-Kruger.
He's a little overconfident right now, and he's like, "Yep, this is transmutation, classic transmutation here. You can tell because of the transmuting that has occurred." Anything else you would notice though about that? Any other beyond? Because if you do it for a while, if you do it for 10 minutes, you can get some pretty good intel.
Yeah, so if you want to keep doing it, you can. I just need to know what everyone else is doing while you do that.
Brom is gonna.
There's also a little divination on it. Sorry.
Ooh.
Transmutation and just a touch of divination.
Brom's gonna wander over here.
Some divination.
Getting just a
mouthfeel.
Mouthfeel of divination.
Gotta lick the magic to really get that sense.
Looking around the rest of this rugged wreckage, it seems like there are containers of size sufficient to hold both the bullets. There's one broken open that Ragnolf recognizes. And the general feel is, yeah, there's bits of other broken odds and ends spread throughout. And that 30-foot ring of detect magic also picks up some divination at the bottom of a pile of wreckage nearby where Brahm is looking.
Mirth pauses and he sort of looks over at it, and as he starts approaching it, he notices what is presumably was Ragnolf's prison, and he goes, "I can't believe that they put you in this pen, like you are no better than those sharks. That's horrible. And maybe they were going to put tentacles on your face as well. I'm really glad that you escaped." And then Mirth is going to start sort of carefully, like, lifting cautiously up whatever this pile is, see what is beneath. And he also is going to articulate, like, that he senses divination magic around here.
I am glad whatever happened to this ship occurred and kept my face free of tentacles, but I feel for all these other poor experiments that weren't so lucky.
Yes.
Agreed. This is Brom from far away, still poking around.
What did Brom say? I missed it.
He said agreed. He's far away. He's poking around.
Brahm, as you are poking around, you find just 2 intact bottles of some kind of liquid. It seems to be shimmering, and the volume of the bottle is increasing and decreasing. You can see the liquid literally filling up and emptying randomly before your very eyes. It's almost like its very mass is unstable.
Huh.
And Mirth, as you look under that wreckage toward that divination, you see another small, it looks almost like an aquarium, rounded. And there are 2 slugs in there. One is red and a bit larger, probably about the size of a double wide thumb. and the other one is yellow and smaller, just one thumb. And both of them are radiating divination magic, but it's a linked magic. So you can see the waves of divination encompassing these two slugs.
Huh, these two slugs are talking with each other using divination.
Fascinating.
Amazing.
Could
is
could they talk to
fascinating.
us?
Here, you hold this red one to your ear, and I'll go over
Okay.
here.
Oh
Run
no.
over to the other side. Hello?
Hello.
Oh,
Oh.
So
I can hear you, Mert
a
said.
story.
Away.
Astoria, as you lift the red slug to your ear to listen, it immediately climbs in.
oh,
no,
There's
no,
this
no.
wet feeling. There's this wet feeling as the
No,
slug
no,
goes
no.
Hey,
into
time out.
your ear
If I
canal.
may
Yep.
push the brakes, I might have misunderstood. For if I was holding two slugums, I think I
Yes.
may have assumed that the slugs were in containers like the liquid.
Oh,
that
they're
you're
all wiggly slugs.
Okay, we would not be holding wiggling slugs.
I was asking you guys what? Rob was like jogging back over while you guys were playing Slugaphone.
So I would strongly, if it's okay with you, DM, I would
That's
strongly advocate against this. Now that I realize that they are not in cute little banana phone containers. Here, put this in your ear, like cold. Jesus.
Please, I don't want to
Asian.
get mind controlled by a slug.
Yes.
I don't.
God. Okay.
That's not how I
Don't
wanted
wanna
to spend my
reenact
day.
the apple plot.
I love that Heck just grabbed the worm and was like, cool.
What?
Okay.
Yes, so you have a red and yellow slug.
Mirth takes out a couple of vials that he used to carry perfume, and he shakes out the perfume and pokes one and puts them both in the separate vials. He's like,
Okay.
look at these two slugs. They smell great. But also, they seem to have this divination magic. Any of you ever seen a slug like this before?
I can't say that I have.
Brom?
Brom has jogged over with the two wine bottles filled with whatever the hell this is, and
Ooh, great.
stops to stare at whatever that is. Is it like a? Want me to do an Arcana check? What kind of check should I do for these weird
It's
slugs?
divination magic.
There's
Like, we
divination
could
magic.
do Nature? Well, I mean, they're slugs. No slug naturally comes out of the earth. Divination magic oozing away from it.
Divine slug.
An 11 for nature. They don't appear familiar. You don't recognize these
Shakes his
slugs.
head.
These are space. No, wait. He doesn't know the term. He doesn't know about space.
All right, you know what?
No.
I'm gonna do a nature
Yeah, he would
check. I'm
understand
too
that concept.
curious.
Wait, are you gonna open the slug?
25. You
What are
are
they?
positive that these slugs are not native to Faerun, Cholt, anywhere that you know of.
These appear to be some
Extra-dimensional
type of new
slug.
species.
Amazing. But since we found them here, I don't want them anywhere near anybody. What if they eat these slugs and then it makes their faces turn into tentacle thing?
With my medicine check, does that sound like something that might be the case?
With a 21, it's not out of the range of possibility.
Hmm.
There's also a purple crystal intact that you found. So these are the things that you have found. You have found a red slug, a yellow slug, 2 small bottles of unstable volume, a purple crystal, and I think that's the extent of what you found investigating this particular crash site.
Brom's gonna try an Arcana of weird tiny wine bottles.
Okay.
17.
17. You take a look at them. There's something familiar about them. They have like this red tone to them. You spend some time studying them, and you're fairly certain it is a potion of some kind, probably for healing.
Oh,
All right.
So you have
well,
2 unstable healing potions.
Oh.
okay. Well, he's going to offer them to some squishies.
To us, or to,
Yes.
because we're feeble. Oh, great.
Yes.
Mirth sort of
Yes.
squints suspiciously, and in a rare moment of sight, declines the bottle. I don't know. I don't want to drink anything that came out of a place with tentacles. What if I drink it and then I get tentacles?
I don't know if you know
Face.
this, but the ocean is full of tentacles.
The more I hear about the ocean, the less I am inclined to visit deep ocean places. It's all yours, Astoria. I'll take care of you if you become like that hamster.
I appreciate the sentiment, and I guess she'll just take them for now.
Okay. I mean, I don't think they'll turn you into tentacle monsters.
Maybe not, but I don't know. It might do the opposite of heal. It might damage us instead. We'll see.
So with the 17 Arcana, and just so that you can write it down, because I'll give away a magic item and then forget about it.
Okay.
Mhm.
So these are healing potions,
Uh-huh.
and it will be, so you know how the healing potions are either 2d4, 4d4, 8d4, or 10d4? This is 1d10 d4.
Whoa.
So you roll a d10 to see how many d4s for it.
Ah.
So it could be a minor healing potion or it could be a supreme healing potion. You don't know until you
I
roll.
like it.
Cool. Well, Astoria, they're all yours because in character, Mirth don't know shit.
All right. Neat. Brom would tell them, as much as he knew and seemed satisfied now.
Yep.
We satisfied later. What,
Go ahead.
how can we help you? He says. He's kind of switched modes from his weird Terminator chanting to himself mode to like being normal again. And kind of like trots over and he's trying to be helpful. Like he reaches out and puts his hand on top of Ragnar's and he's like trying to help him. He's like, all right, we gotta figure out your stuff so that you can do what you gotta do.
I would like to search the wreckage of the ship for any. I don't know if these creatures keep written records, but anything that would give more hints to their purpose, their heading, why they are doing this. And he gestures vaguely at the giant shark with tentacles.
This looks like only part of a ship, so we'll have to keep looking.
Yes. Is any of you an experienced tracker?
Brom turns completely around 360.
Our experienced tracker left on family business a long time ago.
All right. Well, I have experience tracking in the city, but not so much in snow. We'll have to try and reconstruct where the pieces of the crash may have ended up. Unless someone could climb up something really high and look for it.
There is a hill at the northwestern section of this map.
Yeah,
Alright.
let's go climb the hill and see.
Yeah.
Getting some height
That
on things
sounds-
sometimes really does help.
That sounds way more helpful than trying to math where this ship crash.
And out of curiosity, what happened with the purple crystal? And because I got what happened to the slugs and the potions. What happened with the purple
If
crystal?
nobody is grabbing it, Ragnolf would probably take it for further evidence, but if y'all want to do some detect magic or identify on it first, I'm totally okay with that.
Oh yeah, you should take it in a minute, but let's roll it into the detect magic pile while we have detect magic on.
So that is
Doing
it
as
is
a ritual.
that's the one that is transmutation and divination.
Okay.
It turns you into a god.
Hmm.
Again, all yours. Purple's not really my color.
Kaiju battle.
All right.
So Ragnolf, you pick it up.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Out of
Make a dex-
curiosity, do you have
Make a saving
gloves
throw.
of any kind on?
Oh god, yes.
Uh,
I just wondered.
uh-huh.
I don't like that
Mhm.
you asked that
That's
question.
terrifying.
I am not pleased that that was a question you said.
Uh,
Ragnolf is about to put it in the pouch with the hamster, and then thinks about it at the last second and puts it in an empty pouch instead.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, no.
It is slightly warm to the touch, which is very unusual given that everything else is absurdly cold. In fact, you can feel it radiating warmth in your pouch.
Could be useful for camping on the snowy nights here, as long as it isn't evil.
As the group of you climb up this hill at the in the northwest section above the wreckage that is sprayed out, you make your way up, looking over, and in the distance, just a few. And we're going to break here pretty soon, T. So, or not break. We're going to stop for the night because of what time it is. You get to the top of the hill and start looking in the distance, and there is this green aurora that is illuminating the snow. And about another 300 yards in the distance is a second piece of crashed ship. This one much larger, perhaps 6 times larger than what you just saw. And you can see in the dim light of the aurora shining down, even from this distance, there is this distinct conical shape to the shell sticking up. If any of you have ever been on a seashore, it does look like a seashell of some kind in the distance.
That is what I was referring to when I said it looked like a sea creature.
Wow.
Ah.
Actually,
Like a unicorn horn.
Bragnolf, because this is the first time he's really gotten a look at this thing, right? Because he was swiped and then he sort of saw it blurringly before. He is going to pull a tiny little spyglass out of his belt and sort of zoom in and look around to see what details he can see, and also if he can see any movement over there.
As you look down that direction, you don't see movement. There is the ship, as you take a look, it seems slightly tilted to one direction, partially buried in the snow. There is an open deck on the back side, and you can see a broken ballista on the deck. But other than that, it is quiet over there.
let's go investigate.
Yes, let us charge right in.
We'll charge in.
Any other thoughts as you start crossing that 900 yard or 300 yards or so between the hillside and the crashed ship?
I would like to sled down the hill.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mirth 2 slides down the hill too.
Toboggan.
Yeah.
Let's say by the time we did the investigating, the looking at the wreckage, casting detect magic as a ritual a few times, let's say that it's been another 2 hours or so. Does that sound fair for a thorough investigation of wreckage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As you make it down and start crossing this snow, and this is where we'll start closing the session for tonight, so if there's anything you want to get in beforehand, now's the time. As you start making your way toward that wreckage, Mirth 2 stops
Oh no.
No.
and kind of looks a little perturbed for a second. Looks at each of you in turn and goes, "Huh. Well, that was fun." Turns into black goop and collapses.
Aww.
And that's where we'll end the session tonight.
Mirth
So
2,
cool.
no!
Why do you always do this to me, HP?
It's
So mean.
This is
Why do you kill the
fine.
things I love? This is the second second time this has happened to me in this game.
It's okay. It's also happened to Brom twice now.
Oh my god, you're so right
Yes,
though.
he has
When was that?
Passive
When was that?
and River Shard. Yes, he has two. He's
Quick,
still
no one
carrying
fell
around
in
the
love with me. I
trophy.
want to live.
Everything we love dies. Nobody.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
nobody fell in
Too
love.
late.
Stop, chat. Stop shipping immediately.
But what if Brom already has heart eyes for the handsome hippo?
Oh god, that's
Too
so
late.
sad. Why did I get attached to Mertz too? Here's the thing: I knew it last as a player, and yet, why did it still hurt when it happened? Why did I still feel a pang?
Because good acting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, chat, thank you for hanging out with us. Don't go too far. We'll take just a couple minutes, as we always do, for any questions, comments, concerns, conundrums, or qualms. We have confirmed that Mike shall be returning. This is not the final appearance of our
I
guest.
fled down a hill and then disappear into smoke.
You just get Thanos snapped. It's like, no, everything I kind of like, everything I've crushed on.
Oh my goodness.
So if you do have any comments or questions, now's the time for it. If anyone has anything they want to share, now's a great time for it. I am going to say, as a DM, the crowd control of bards made the bullets almost trivial.
Yeah.
And I loved that.
I was so
Yeah, you
surprised
guys
at how
did so
fast they went
good.
down.
Usually
Yeah,
they're
me
pain in the
too.
butt.
Because the only times I fought bullets, I was melee, and it sucked.
It
You
sucks.
couldn't keep up with them, and you couldn't run from them. They just overwhelm you completely. I was surprised as a player. I was like, wow, like, I mean, it wasn't a lot, but like
Mhm.
it was interesting. I was like, wow, is this what magic feels like? Like,
It absolutely
Wow.
shocked me because last time I fought a bullet, I was a bard and the thing almost one-shot me.
oof.
So, I mean, my big concern was, okay, this thing's it has to start a certain distance away. It burrows at 40-foot speed. Its action is part of its movement. So, I mean, it has to be within about 60 feet or so to actually hit the same turn. And because of dissonant whispers and because of slow, it couldn't get close enough to leap.
Oh.
And then when it almost did, I was like, "Oh, you're not gonna do that to our melees."
I got
No,
the
no,
laser,
no.
and
That's
you
not
were
a
like,
pattern that. No, no, no.
So it was originally going to be two bullets and the oversized
Oh
test
my
subject,
God.
and I thought, no,
Oh
that'll
my God.
definitely
Yeah, that would have
kill
been
him.
a lot.
And then when
Yeah.
Janie couldn't make it, I went, okay, yeah, we're gonna, that takes out one more crowd control, so we're just gonna make it 1-1, and then I reduced the hit points of the bullet. I'm like, okay, it'll probably get one good hit in and then get killed. So I took 20 hit points off it, and then you guys blasted it, and I went, screw that, and I put 20 hit points right back on it.
That's fair. No, that's totally fair.
Yep.
It was very dynamic. It was very good combat.
It was really funny. So the psychic burrow of the other one only went off once. It's why I hate recharge things on creatures.
oh, interesting. So that's what that was.
Yep.
Okay.
So its attack, instead of having the leaping attack, I made it basically have a static shock type effect when it pops out. And I'm glad that it worked the one time it worked and we actually stunned someone, because that doesn't always happen as a DM. Your monsters don't always get the attack off correctly. So
I have to say, as a player or as a GM, I had an overpowered wizard that everyone was fighting, and my team got so mad because he was on level 12 and he had a bunch of good spells, including, I think it's called like prism, like wand, like prism something. And the spell that I rolled for on the dice was a death spell. So I cast it, and they made the save, and then they failed, and then they were yelling at me, and I'm just like,
Not my fault.
like, you want to look at this book? This is what the overpowered wizard does. He zaps you with his mean wand and kills you sometimes.
Yep. That's the way it goes sometimes in games. So I don't know.
Reminds me
It's
of,
interesting.
there was a fourth ed game once where our fourth ed table was insane. We had 12 people around the table because it was a public
Geez.
game. our DM dropped an adult white dragon on us that should have been way over leveled and just slowed, grounded, like just every crowd control we had got thrown on it at the first 10 seconds.
Wow.
That'll do it.
Yep.
That's cool.
Wow.
God. And then like piranhas, I assumed the party converged, and when they
Mhm.
stepped back, it was just a skeleton.
It's just a pile of bones.
Yep.
Yep.
Nice.
Wow.
In fact, that's how that skeleton outside of the nomads. That's how that got there.
Oh.
Oh wow. We had we had to do some undead puppetry to convince a blind old lady dragon that her friend was still alive and that she
Oh,
should
jeez.
attack his community.
Oh
I
no.
remember that.
I
It's scary.
greatly enjoyed that episode.
That was really
Of course
good.
you did.
Of course literally an ancient white dragon. Yeah, it was great.
I liked the dragon voice that you used. That was cool.
Yeah.
There was one other thing I wanted to point out, and then I was gonna wrap us up. What was that? Oh, okay. How does everyone feel about the waits? So you put the slug up to your ear. Oh, I thought it was in a glass jar. And do you have gloves on? Of course I have gloves
Oh,
on.
no.
So
Yeah.
question about
There
those
were a
sorts
lot
of
of-
things.
There were a lot of DM questions where I was like, why are you asking me that? And
Yeah.
I'm so worried
Yep.
now. I wasn't
I-
worried
I-
before, but now there's one fear.
In my defense, I did always imagine Ragnolf was having like big old leather priesty
Yeah.
gloves.
Mm.
So I
How
hope I wasn't
would
metagaming
you...
too much.
No, what I was going to ask is, how would you prefer I ask questions like that, so that it doesn't lead to that choice, or are you okay with it being that choice? Because I'm fine with it. I mean, that's. What do you think?
I mean, I don't know if there's really a way to do it.
It's like,
that's
tell me
indirect
how
enough.
you
It's just-
do it.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's not really an indirect way to do it. We're just
Yeah.
laughing at it. Like we don't have any
Oh, yeah.
problem
So-
with it.
So are you
Um,
asking? Are you asking like how to frame questions like?
Yeah,
You see the slugs. Would you like to pick them up?
yeah, that sort
kind
of
of
thing. So the big question is going to be the purple crystal. So the purple crystal is in the book, and it's written if it touches your skin, something happens.
Mhm.
Not something bad, but something happens. But with a DM player interaction, it's always the thought of, oh, it'll be something bad. Is
Yeah.
kind of the thought. So I sometimes wonder how to best approach that, just from DM to players. You know,
Have you ever considered a vibe check? Sometimes I have my players roll a d20 and just like arbitrary, like one way or the other, see, and then whatever DC feels right. And then if they kind of hit that number, you can do a vibe check. And all it is do you get the heebie-jeebies or do you get the curiosity? Like, do your eyes dilate like a cat's, like, ooh, something interesting, or like, better wait. That's my suggestion.
yeah, that'd be a
Gotcha.
cool way to do
I
it.
like that.
Yeah.
I think there's, a certain level of just trusting your players at the table. Like, I think if either of us had been, like if I had not intended Ragnolf to have gloves, I totally would have gone for whatever the crystal does. And, so I think, it depends on the table. Obviously, you can run into people who are going to make whatever decision keeps their character alive as opposed to necessarily the most interesting decision. But,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the way you did it tonight was a good enough way to do it, because if nothing else, it built the tension
yeah.
in the episode.
And the look on everyone's face when I said the slug crawled in Storia's ear was great too.
My
Wait,
ear
no,
tickled. I literally was like, oh, I feel a phantom slug. Yeah, when you know how like theater of the mind, you just imagine things. The way my brain imagined it was that they were already in little glass things, especially because a moment before. I think it was just free associating in my mind
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
with the little slugs, but God. God, what a nightmare. As soon as you were
Yeah.
like, and it begins to crawl inside Astoria's ear, I was like,
It's like, oh no.
no! God.
So I suppose the translation, because it threw me off to kind of, because I was about to enjoy that.
Yeah, I
so,
can tell.
but
Sure.
so what I would say is that with it being in a jar, when you put it up, you could probably hear it slap against the jar. Is probably what you heard.
No.
Oh, that's
So-
still not great, but I guess it's better
So
than
you-
it going in
but
my ear.
imagine you're
Yeah.
just playing around with these. Go over there, see if you can hear me. Like, okay, pink.
Oh.
Yeah,
I mean, just think how unsettling
one
that
of
would
those,
be.
just one of those Cuisinart mouths full of teeth.
Oh, not the Cuisinart mouth. Oh, it's probably like a brain lamprey.
Oh
Definitely.
no!
Not something
So
you
if you
wanna
took a
put in
close
there.
look, no teeth. It's
No
a
teeth.
toothless slug.
Yeah,
Well, it
they
doesn't make
have
it
a
better.
radula.
Yeah, the scraping tongue.
Ugh, yeah, yeah. Or it's
Love
just
that.
like a yerk from Animorphs.
The captions actually got the word radula. I'm impressed. Very
Well
Of
done.
impressed.
all that it did to
flops
what
are
I said.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah, that
half of
was,
it wasn't in common.
Yeah, I suppose that was the flaw. All right, I think that is it for us this evening. Anyone else have anything you want to say before we do our outros and take off?
Mm-mm.
All right, well, we will go around the horn. Tell us who you are, who you played, where we can see you next, and yeah, that will be the plan. So starting with Heck.
Hey everybody, it's me, Sir Heckalot. You know, tonight I played Astoria, the ASMR lore bard. You can catch me on all the social medias at Sir Heckalot, including Twitch, Itch, Twitter, Instagram. I'm everywhere. Just find me. It's the best place to figure out where I'm going to be in the TTRPG space next. I actually won't be over on Indoor Adventures for Ghostbusters tomorrow because scheduling stuff with the whole group. But the next place you can find me is right back here on Monday for Oathsworn, Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. We're back with season 2, and I'm so excited. We left on, a big dramatic moment last episode, so I'm very excited to get back to it. On Friday 24th, you can find me here again with my GM debut for this channel, with the first Tavern Tales. I know, it's taken me so long to GM here. I've been here for so long.
That's
How did this
really going to be
happen?
the first GM?
Yeah. Well, I just, things kept falling
first
through.
one, this channel,
yeah, for this channel. Things just kept falling through, and I think I might be cursed, but it's fine. Hopefully next week that won't happen, but we'll see.
You should have spat on that old lady.
Yep,
That's what happens.
It'll be fine. But then after that, yeah, you can find me on Indoor Adventures for Ghostbusters starting the 25th, and then onward from that. You can catch me on Dat Magic Juice's channel for All Hail the Queen and Tyranny of Dragons campaign every other Thursday. And I'm not there for Thursdays. Starting next month, you can catch me over on ESP TTRPG, playing in the Old Margrave. It's gonna be an all himbos campaign, basically, and I'm very excited.
Incredible.
It's going to be very, very cool. But that's it for me. Let's keep it on.
Round to Al.
My name is Alucard. I draw things and play a lot of games. I'll put a link to my social in the chat. Thank you.
And T.
Hey, I'm T, and you can mostly find me here every other Friday. One day, hopefully, someday, a long time from now, probably I'll be in other games, but for now, I'm here. And sometimes I'm on Twitter, but mostly for this, and I will hopefully have more updates pretty soon, but just hang out, and I guess we'll talk about other games when I have them.
Perfect.
Sweet.
Heck, can you uncensor Al's website for us?
Could you just send me the link and then I'll send it? Because I don't. That's Twitch setting
Sure.
stuff that I don't think I have access to.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Mike,
it's
go ahead.
unfortunate.
Hey everybody, I'm Mike Fadum. I have too much stuff as always. I'm known as Vengeance God on Twitter and Vengeance God 2 on TikTok, and Broken Infinity Films on Instagram. I have 3 podcasts: the Ace of Geeks podcast, which is a 4 best friends getting together every other week to talk about the cool geeky stuff they saw and did that week. Yavin Radio, which is an improvised Star Wars talk radio podcast, and Edge of Reality, which is our TTRPG podcast, And we just wrapped up Kids on Brooms, and the next thing we'll be doing is Candlekeep, which will be really fun. And then I also have the League of Swords, which is my TV show that I'm developing, combining the best parts of professional wrestling, things like Mortal Kombat and WMAC Masters, and choreographed sword fights. You can find out more about that at leagueofswords.com. And also, every Monday now for the next couple of weeks, I am running tech for the Streampunks as they do a Star Trek show on my channel. So if you want to see folks like Sam DeLev and Danielle Radford playing Star Trek characters, and you should, then come and check out that show on twitch.tv/Cryptic Studios, because I'm doing it for work.
And I am the Last Hit Point Hero. You can find me here for Oathsworn next Monday, and that's pretty much where I'm broadcast at the moment. Twitter doesn't think I exist anymore and wants me to reconfirm who I am, so I haven't even bothered logging in there recently. And I think that that's pretty much it for the time being. Thank you so much for joining us this evening as we continued our adventure in Icewind Dale, trying to deal with the cold of the Frostmaiden. I think that is everything. Nothing else comes to mind. So there is just one rule to remember, one rule only, and that is be good.